Earlier today, we had an opportunity to visit Springfield Plains Elementary and to see how our kindergarten students learn with tinkering. Now, we're in North Sashabaw Elementary to see another kindergarten classroom and how its children experience education. Abbey St. Aubin is a kindergarten teacher who is passionate about making a culture of thinking a culture of a classroom. Abby, thank you so much for taking your time and for disrupting your day a little bit for us.
You're welcome.
I know that we talk a lot about culture thinking, how we can build it in a classroom on this show in general, but I believe that as hard as it might be for many teachers, it's especially hard for kindergarten teachers because you are the ones who started. You're planting that seed of thinking disposition. You start from nothing, from scratch, so to speak. So what exactly you do in your kindergarten classroom to build a culture of thinking?
Well, you're right. It does start very small, and I feel like you just keep putting more and more layers onto it. It starts off with a lot of language and paying attention to how consistent you are with your words and your questioning, and modeling it yourself, because they need to have a model of what it looks like to be a thinker and how you are wondering about things. So there's a lot of language involved throughout the year. And it just, as they become more comfortable with hearing it, they start using the language themselves, and it just builds off of that. And it's really just about providing those opportunities for them to be involved in tasks that they can, critically think about. And also building that bond between children in being able to interact with each other. And really listen to what someone else is saying, which with young children takes time to develop, and some days it doesn't go as well as others. But they make so many gains in that area through their kindergarten year, and being able to really stop and think and listen to what their partner is saying and then respond back to them. So those are just some of the ways.
Okay. Well, what do you think the most important thinking disposition that, I guess if there are a range of them, where do you start? Which one you would consider the most important one for children at this age?
I think maybe just, engagement, being able to focus and engage in a task and know what that feels like.
Okay.
Because, they're all going to engage in it a little bit differently, and the way that they think about that task is going to be different based on their previous experiences. So if we can get kids to be able to focus in and really engage in something, then you can see their thinking come out.
Okay, and I absolutely have to ask that one. I know that your entire school is adopting the Leader in Me framework.
Yes.
And we have a culture of thinking going on as well. So how do those two frameworks work with each other?
They complement each other really well. Through the 7 habits, children learn how to, one, think of themselves as people that are making their own choices. Even the very first habit, being proactive, helps children learn that they're in charge of their choices, and that what they do and say matters, and it has an impact on other people. Eventually they learn that part, but I think that's really important once they realize that thinking is their choice, and how deeply they go it all matters. I think that blends together really well. And then even the language, the consistent language and use of teaching children how to speak to one another, and it moves directly into their interactions and relationships that they have, which is part of our cultural forces that are going on. But just being able to seek first to understand and then be understood, that's huge, because that goes to being able to critically look at something.
This is also a thinking disposition.
Yes, to critically look at something and being able to understand someone else's perspective and point of view, and kind of, negotiate that together, and talk about that in a respectful way is huge. And I think that's a really big tie-in between the two.
Well, we would really like to visit your classroom. Could you tell us a little bit more what kids might be doing?
Yeah, today they're working in a math workshop and we've been studying measurement. So they're really working on deciding what attribute that they're going to measure, and today we're measuring length. So they're exploring how to compare two objects together and what it means to compare, and using non-standard measurement tools like paper clips today to measure items and talk about what their findings are and record what their thinking is.
Okay, that's very interesting. Let's go take a look at it.
Okay. We've been focusing a lot on measurement, haven't we? And we've been learning different ways that we can measure items, and we've been learning about attributes and how we decide what we're going to measure. So yesterday we were thinking a lot about, a couple days ago we were thinking about measuring weight. Well, today we're going to think about measuring length, or how long something is. So, you know, we had that talk about estimating. I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of estimating right now, okay? I want you to think about this. Do you see this glow bracelet? Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
I love those things.
They're awesome. So I want you to think, I want you to look at this, and I'm going to actually give one to you and your partner right now, and I want you to estimate about how many paper clips long do you think this glow stick is? About how many paper clips long do you think this glow stick is? Okay, look at it with your partner. I want you to really think, observe it, notice things about it, think about how long it is. I think maybe 9. What are you guys estimating? What's your estimate?
I think it's 15.
Okay.
Because we counted all the way up to here, and it was 15.
Okay, so you were kind of already marking off in your mind what you thought. Okay. You think maybe 6 paper clips? Okay, Brayden, is that what you're thinking too? Were you agreeing with Alyssa? Okay.
I did it with my pinky.
Oh, you used your pinky kind of like a paper clip. Okay. So people had some estimates. I heard people say different numbers that they were estimating, and they were having ways of even trying. Some people use their pinky. I could see people doing this with their finger, almost marking off as they were trying to estimate about how many paper clips long this glow stick is. So now we need to test it out, right? We need to test out what we think. Is there someone that would be willing to kind of test out their thinking right now in front of the group? Allison, will you come on up? And Timothy, you're her partner, so come on up with her. Just up on the camera. Can you use the paper clips to go ahead and measure the glow stick? You can do it right. You can use these paper clips right here. I've already got it started with the first paper clip.
These two would connect.
Oh, okay. Well, we can. Oh, you got it. You got it. Okay. Boys and girls, you see what's happening up on the document camera? Oh, looks like Allison's got one.
And that's it.
And that's it, you said? Why did you say that?
Because it's all done, because the point, it still means it's the end.
Oh, okay. Did you want to add to that? Yeah.
Me and Aubin had a little taller number, because we thought it was 9, but it was actually 4.
So your estimate was 9, but you realized that it was actually 4. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So this is what we're going to think about now, okay? We're going to think about the glow stick, and we're going to do some more comparing. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a bag of things, items, different objects, and we're going to start comparing things. I know, there's some interesting things. What I want you to do is I'm going to give you and your partner a bag, and I want you to kind of look through the bag right now, and I want you to estimate again. I want you to think, which of these objects could be longer than the glow stick, and which maybe could be shorter than the glow stick? Okay? I want you to kind of estimate what you think by looking at these objects. Kind of look really quick. Yep. Compared to the spork.
It will be even longer.
You think it would be even longer? Why do you think it would be even longer?
Because the glow stick is not free like this one.
Okay. How do you know how long the spork is?
Because you put these on here. And then I'm doing this, and then I put 3 staples, and then I noticed there's 3 staples, so that means it's 3.
Okay, and so how does that compare to the glow stick?
It's not 3 because we measured them with staples, and there's no 3 staples. We passed 3.
You passed 3 because why? What do you mean past 3?
You passed 3 from measuring it with staples.
Okay.
I think this was gonna be 4.
Uh-huh.
But it was really 5.
So you-
It was really close.
So you came back and your estimate was really close. So you came back and estimated again, and then you tested it out and realized you were pretty close. Okay. Wow. So tell me about your recording. How are you recording?
These were both 3s, and that was the end, so I circled 3.
Okay.
First I saw it was 8, but then I saw it was 3, then I saw it was 4, and then it was 3, the middle one.
What's so you recorded your estimates and then you recorded what the actual answer was. Okay. What's your plan for thinking about the rest of the items in the bag? How are you going to compare them to the glow stick? Do you have a plan? What are you going to do next?
We don't know.
Okay, well, you want to talk about it together as partners? What do you think you should do next? Maybe you could ask your partner. It'll be okay. We'll take care of it. What do you think, Roz?
Baby.
What could you do next with your items?
We could go up to the computer and check if they're the same height.
Oh, you would like to compare it directly. If you would like to go grab a glow stick and if that's the way you want to think about it, that's fine with me.
I want to.
Okay, you just need one, I think, right? Okay, I think Chisa's gonna grab it.
I think that the pig is bigger than all the other items.
How do you know that?
Because I wrote down all the numbers.
You did, of all the items?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We both got one. Mine was orange. Let's measure.
Okay.
I forgot your glow stick. No, we're only supposed to get one. No, you.
Why don't you use it together?
Yes.
Okay, Lily, you want to come closer? Join in? Okay, so what are we going to compare?
Where my sticks fell.
There's your paper clip.
This paper, I don't want anymore. No, I did it.
What are you thinking?
It's longer because it's not free. Maybe we could try this.
Okay.
What do you guys, I don't know if they were 2. Yep, they're both the same.
Whoa.
This one's shorter and this one's longer.
So you're comparing the paint to the straw.
And spork is. That's my spork is littler.
It's shorter. Hey, Lily, I'm wondering, could you...
And this one is the littlest.
You think that's the shortest out of all the items?
Yes.
How do you know that that's true?
And this is the medium. Bigger than stuff that are little. Because some stuff are not little. So that one's little one.
And you know what, Lily? Can they explain what they were thinking with the glow stick? You know what? Let's put this one down, and as partners together. You were just trying to say something. Can I move this over here? Yeah. Okay. Come on over.
These were both the same, and then we remembered it here. And their heads, so these were both the same because the point was they were at the same starting point.
So wait a minute, you didn't find something that was just longer or shorter, but something that was the same or equal length?
Yeah.
Lily, did you hear what he said?
Yes, I heard.
What did he say? What did they discover?
The glow stick and the string is long.
Let's look at it again. Can you repeat what you said one more time?
Yeah. They're both the same because they're at the same starting point.
They're at the same starting point? On here? Oh, I love my hair on the way. Sorry.
That one is right,
Did you see the same starting point?
Yeah.
Here? And then if we take a look at the end.
These are both at the same starting point when they're both the same length.
Oh my goodness.
And when they're both
Wow.
the same length.
Would you guys mind sharing that discovery?
Yes.
You wouldn't mind?
We're going to share today.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm a focus.
Today. Wow, thank you for getting yourself settled. Your body's ready for learning. We did a lot of recording, and there was a lot of comparing going on, I noticed. And you were measuring the attribute of length. But I'm wondering, how do we know when we compare two objects, how do we know which is longer? When an object is longer than another. Grace, how do we know?
We know, like, if you, like, how me and Aubrey know, we looked up there, and then we looked at our bag, and then we compared it to the glow stick, and then we saw that the name tag was the longest, and we did it to the longest to shortest.
So tell me more about tell me a little bit more about what you and Aubrey did.
We, like,
Or tell us, excuse me. Tell us more about what you did from the longest to the shortest and how that helped you.
It helped us because when you said what's longer than the glow stick, we compared like the glow stick to the name tag.
Okay, name tag. Roz, Chase, and our last people that are going to share for today, Roz, Chase, and Lily, they kind of discovered something. We're just going to talk about the glow stick and the ribbon.
No, that wasn't ours.
Okay. Can you explain?
This is at the same starting point.
How do you...
Because me and Roz just mentioned that in our minds that it wasn't not at the same starting point. First we think they're that, but then it was the same starting point then.
And what do you want to add to that, Roz?
I'll add to it.
Okay, sorry, we're caught. Okay, go ahead, Lily. You want to add to it next?
When these are both at the same starting point, then they connect to each other. And when they connect to each other, then that means they're the same length in the... Lily, you're moving it.
It's okay. You can put it back. And
Same.
it means they're the same. Roz, do you want to add anything to their thinking? You think they said everything that you were thinking together? Let's give them a clap. Wow.
Our children experience K through 12 education starting with a K, a kindergarten. And while the adult world tells them that it's a time for them to grow up faster and do more, they're still children. A great teacher creates a good learning experience, provides children with the tools, and steps out of the way. A real learning is only possible through the experience. Real learning is about doing and thinking.